Join me today as we're going to talk about day 2 of GenCon 2025. Again, probably going to skip the intro because I'm tired. I don't want to do a bunch of editing, so sorry. All right, so today's day 2 or Friday of GenCon 2025. Oh, in case you've not seen any of the other videos, this is the Geek Cabal channel. My name is Bobbie, and yeah, so we're talking about day 2 of GenCon 2025. So today, Chris and I didn't have any reason to be there right as the dealer hall opened, so we got there a little after 10 and went out to the food trucks to get breakfast instead of stopping at Burger King or Hardee's. And let's see, I got, got to circle back to that because I'm trying to remember what I had. We got pierogies from, I can't remember the name of the truck. I'll get a picture of it. It'll be in like my final recap stuff. But they were pretty good. I had honestly never had pierogies before. Like I knew what they were, but I never had them. And at least not that I recall. And I thought they were good. Then, but we weren't quite enough. So we're kind of looking for something else. Chris got something, arepas, I think is how you pronounce it. Could be wrong. It was some kind of, I don't think, they might have been Brazilian, South American. I just, sorry, I don't remember which country. Those are definitely in there because I took pictures of that, the menu of the truck and everything. But there was some kind of, not quite a biscuit, but kind of like a pouch, and I don't remember what the main ingredient used to make them was. But it had egg and cheese and bacon and something else. And Chris seemed to think they were pretty good. I went to Hot Box Pizza and got a slice of pepperoni pizza. And between the two, between that and the pierogies, I was pretty good. Then so I went inside, and Chris had an event. And by the time we were kind of in there and wandered just a bit, Chris had to get to the event, so he went to that. I kind of wandered for a little while, and then I had an event at 1 o'clock with Chad, which was the Learn to Play Leviathans, which we backed on Kickstarter, and they should be shipping in the near future. So we got to see how that game played, and looks like it's pretty straightforward. Excuse me. Looks like it's pretty straightforward. A lot of similar to BattleTech, it's lots of math and modifiers, but it's once you get moving in it, the system becomes more intuitive as you get going. Now, at first, like trying to remember everything, okay, but like as you start actually doing it, you pick up on real quick like what you add and when, and the dice, despite looking like D12s for the most part, are not. So yeah, that's a thing. And once we get our stuff from Kickstarter, we'll do a lot more in-depth video on that. But I thought it was a decent game, and can't wait to get my stuff. So hopefully we'll play a little bit more than we've been playing BattleTech. As soon as that event was over, then Brian and I had a BattleTech Alpha Strike event that was slated for 4 hours, but I think it was done in 3. It started at 2 and got finished around 5. Now that was a draft tournament where you rolled for initiative, and then there was several boxes of mechs and vehicles, and you'd select from them. And what you had to build your force, 150 points, 2 mechs and 1 vehicle, and whatever was on your force, you were going to be keeping those units that I placed fourth, two wins and a loss, and I got to keep some other units, so I got another mech and a couple vehicles out of the deal. So I ended up with I don't even know what all I had here. Hang on just a second. If my team was a Phoenix Hawk 2C, a Wendigo and an Ontos heavy tank. And against Brian, that was pretty close. It's only because I took out his main unit that I won that one. Then against my second opponent, I ended up wiping his team, and he defeated one of my mechs. I don't remember which one off the top of my head. And then the third game, I took out one of his mechs, and he took out pretty much my entire team. The second and third games went pretty quick. Brian and I had to figure out where to find the charts and tables, because he only had one or two copies, and that had to go for all the matches across 3 tables. So yeah, then the extras I got were a Star Slayer and a Warrior VTOL. So that was fun, and now that between the Learn to Play Alpha Strike and this one, I'm definitely sold on Alpha Strike. It's very fast, especially like the modifiers. Once you start playing the game enough and learn the sequence of the math, it becomes really easy, and it's pretty easy to remember. Then, especially if you have the chart, because the main thing is there's a handful of modifiers for things like if you have cover in the woods, but also the distance between your units that are fighting each other. So once you have that down pat, like, it goes really quickly. So yeah, I could definitely see this easily being like, not just lances, but probably company against company pretty quickly. And then now whenever we did the tutorial, we used the hex grid on the map. And for that, you assume, even though they're not 2 inches, you assume the hexes are 2 inches. So all the distances are basically cut in half. And then that'll be the number of hexes. Unless you do the distance in hexes, which then you're at knife fighting range really quickly. Now, in the learning game, the map was oriented lengthwise. So we started on the farthest parts that came at each other. Here, the map was oriented crosswise. So, like the Wendigo, I think, has a 16-inch movement with jump jets. I could almost reach the other side of the map in the first turn if I really wanted to. So it didn't take us any time to get to point blank range and just start blasting each other. So yeah, I mean, that happens. So yeah, that was the ticketed events for the day, and I had a lot of fun. I think Brian had a lot of fun. Hopefully we're gonna be able to record something tomorrow. I think I'm gonna bring the tripod with me down to the convention center, and yeah, I think it's what I'm gonna end up having to do. So it's gonna be in my bag, which that's kind of gonna suck, but I'll put it in a catalyst bag. That'll work. So I did buy a few things, not much. I bought some McCarran's Armored Cavalry dice. These are the ones from the Mercenary Kickstarter. You can't really see them because they're in the envelope here. They were $12, and another salvage box, another vehicle salvage box. So there'll be another one of these opening up later. And then using the coupon from Chris's book, they didn't have any more of the Essentials box set, so they gave me a beginner box. So now I have another beginner box too. So yeah, don't know for sure what I'm going to do with these two things just yet. Like I said, I might find some way to give them away, or I'll open them up and keep them X. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Might hang on to them, keep them sealed for a little bit, and then do the giveaway. Because I've been looking into the ins and outs of trying to do that for the channel, because I know there's some legal stipulations for things like that, because I think technically it's considered a game of chance or something. I know I've read about it before, so if you know anything at all about that, let me know down in the comments. Yeah, that is pretty much everything we did today. I did get some more pictures and some more random footage, so I hopefully have some more stuff to use as background material. I intend on getting some more tomorrow, and probably a lot Sunday. So tomorrow we're going to be going to eat at Fogo de Chao. Um, should be all four of us there. Try to get a picture or something from that. That's a kind of high-end restaurant, so I don't think they'd be too cool with me just recording a bunch of video in there. That's my guess. Even if they are, the other customers might not be. So don't expect anything like that from there. I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't expect it. Then then after that will be the costume contest. So yeah, let's see. The costume contest runs from 4 to 6, so I won't make it back into the dealer hall once the costume contest starts. There's still large tracks of the dealer's hall that I have not been through because just the timing on everything. So probably gonna go through those on Sunday. Um, don't really know what else I expect to find. Like this has pretty much been entirely a BattleTech run this year, so we'll see. Some things that seem to be sold out at the Catalyst booth. Like I said, there's no more of the Essentials boxes. At least I didn't see any. I did not see any more of the BattleTech Gothic salvage boxes. Didn't see any more of the Mercenaries mech boxes. The vehicle boxes were up at the desk. I didn't see them anywhere in the booth. And it seemed to mainly be the legendary boxes, the Blood Asp, the Visigoth Fighter, and the Savannah Masters. So don't know if I'm gonna might swing by there and get a legendary box or two. I don't know. Haven't decided. If I do, I'll see if anyone else has a coupon book. I did pick up my second GenCon die. It's over here somewhere. Here it is. So I have two for 2025. I like to have pairs of them. The Crystal Cast store, the booth, was selling them for the past few years, 2020, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And one of those years, well, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, they had those, but yeah, so then after everything went back out to the food trucks after 6, and Brian tried the apple cider. He didn't care for it either. Chris didn't care for it. But Brian did get a orange vanilla cream drink that he said was really good. I might try it tomorrow if I get the chance. Then today we got, I took pictures of the truck, so I'll be able to show it in like a montage or the wrap up. But it was the Grub truck, something like that. It was Grub something, City Grub. But I got supposed to be like the Grub burger, but you had the choice between an actual like hamburger or grilled salmon. I went for the grilled salmon because, curious. No cheese. Then, but I did get the rest of the toppings, which include like a Grub sauce that they had, kind of like a honey mustard, but more towards the honey side. Sweet, but overall I thought it was pretty good. And Brian got a tenderloin from there too. He said it was pretty good. And Chris got some kind of barbecue. I didn't catch the name of that truck. I'll try to get a picture of it tomorrow. I think he said he got pictures of it. But yeah, so we'll get to all that in the wrap up. I'll do a little thing for each of the food trucks we went to that I got pictures of, and I'll try to make sure to get pictures of all of them before I go, because again, like I mentioned before, like this is one of the things where I just need more pictures and video so that I have like a visual aid whenever I'm actually talking about these things, instead of just, well, take my word for it that this is like this, and whatever. But anyway, that's about it for day 2. Tomorrow is not looking to be a big purchase day, and I don't know what I'd even come across Sunday. I might buy something from the DCC booth, but then that's Dungeon Crawl Classics, because that way I'll get an entry into the raffle, because I did actually win something a couple years ago. So I might do that. Probably a dice set or something. Maybe try to find something for Sarah. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to indulge in the book deal at the Catalyst booth, which is buy 2 get 1 free, because they don't have the one book that I want, which is Bonfire of Worlds. They don't have anything newer than the last book I reviewed, the full book, Blood Will Tell. And Other than that, I'm mainly looking for the shrapnel issues. I have 1 and 2. I think they were added issue 3 or 4, and then they had the other one in 5. So to go in order, I'd be missing one. And I mean, obviously I just ordered off Amazon, and I still haven't read book 2. But no, I don't know. Just depends. I'll probably save that for absolute last. See if there's anything else that I'm after. Just to make sure I don't go over budget. Although $2 probably shouldn't make me go over budget, but you never know. So anyway, oh yeah. Also, Brian pulled the Savage Wolf from the tournament, and it's a painted mech. It comes already pre-painted like this. This is Ulrich Ward's battle mech. I think the Savage Wolf is a Madcap Mark IV, but I don't know for sure off the top of my head. But it is kind of a beast, and he gave it to me. So thank you. I already thanked him in person, obviously, but thank you again, Brian. So that is all I have for today. I've probably already stretched this out longer than I should have, so that was not my intention, but I'm kind of tired. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Let me know down in the comments. Is there anything you want me to try to look at, look for, get pictures of, talk about, etc., etc.? Do you want to try to meet and converse at any point? We still have 2 days left. By the time this goes up, a little after the doors open in the morning, so hit me up down in the comments if that's the case. Be sure to check out our Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok accounts. Jimmy is posting all the stuff that Chad and I are sending him. I don't know how quickly he's churning things out. I think he's spacing things out, which is a good idea. So there'll probably be stuff coming out for days after GenCon, because Chad and I have been sending him all kinds of things. So yeah, check those things out, comment on them. We always appreciate liking, sharing, and all that stuff over there too. Gotta grow the presence, but yeah, and subscribing here, of course. This is YouTube. That's the name of the game. But yeah, that is all I've got, folks. So if you're here at the con, I hope you're having a good time. If you're elsewhere, I hope you're enjoying living vicariously through these videos, and hopefully the pictures and everything else. Keep an eye out for the wrap-up, which will be, it'll probably be a week or more after the convention, as I gather all the pictures and everything. And I'll probably do some montage videos, plus our normal videos will still be coming out. But yeah, that is all I have for today. So I'll be seeing you folks later.